All right, welcome to a quicker video than normal from the chart reader. So I had a number of messages on MULN today. I'm actually going to be making the oil and energy video. So instead of doing nothing, I wanted to make a quick video. Okay, all I'm going to do is talk about MULN, and I'm going to quickly flash the NASDAQ as well. So I am not doing a complete EV review. Okay. Hey, really quickly, if you could please like or subscribe this video, it does really well with the YouTube algorithms. And either way, I sincerely appreciate your time and you being here, okay? So again, we're only gonna look at two tickers, but we're gonna do the same thing we always do, right? We're gonna look at the daily and the weekly. I'm actually probably gonna come into some of these lower ones real quick as well. But again, you know I'm here more about the daily swings, and that's what we wanna see, right? Just daily greens in a row. But real quick, we have our 5 moving averages. I'm gonna delete all my lines and I think make a couple new ones because there's a lot going on MULN here. So I think it's time for a refresh. And then we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicator. So let me start by removing all 11 lines. Let's get rid of those. Okay. First and foremost, okay, this entire month for MULN has been about the 100 moving average. Okay. Clearly make a beautiful run to it. We bounced to the 8, bounce up, but just again couldn't do it. And now today, there's definitely still 7 minutes of trading. So assuming nothing silly happens, it looks like we're going to be clearing the 100 moving average. Okay. Not only that, but we took out three lines in one candle. Okay, what does that mean? That means I need monster confirmation tomorrow. Okay, I really where does this line take us? To 38? No, I'm gonna be honest with you, I want to be at least at 39. I want to at least close right here at 50% this one. Honestly, I would love to get to 40 cents and break that doji right there. We're going to draw some lines. I mean, honestly, that's for sure going to be one of them. I do want to break that 40-cent one. Normally, I would take the top of this. And look, honestly, it's a 2-cent difference, but I think this doji, I wanted a little bit more than this because this led to that, right? And at this point, we're kind of turning hopefully all of these into green. And I think if we can pass that, we'll definitely jump that. But one more time, tomorrow needs to close up here. At the very minimum, 37 cents. I don't want it right here. I don't want it right here. Like, this broke 3 lines. I need it to go up, okay? I actually really love this volume right here. This didn't do a super stupid, silly, like 6 million spike, right? I actually really don't like it when it goes down here and then literally almost doubles or triples, right? This was pretty high. This kind of dropped a little bit, and then this is actually pretty good relative to this, right? So there's actually been a good, healthy volume here, right? Tomorrow, honestly, I'm hoping we pass 5 million. If we can get to around 5.25, 5.5 million volume, oh man, this thing could go silly, right? But tomorrow's most important thing is confirmation on this candle. We really want to close up here. I mean, if this thing hasn't even like taken off yet, we still don't have the crazy indicators that we want, right? I like that the MACD is positive, but trust me, I want green over red and I want that like slope up. Same here, right? It kind of looks like, but again, look how tight that is, right? Tomorrow's confirmation might be able to change that. So let me look at the weekly real quick. Where's the weekly at? Look, the weekly is just as an important a test, right? The weekly has not gotten over the 20 since the beginning of the downtrend, right? And let me just draw this real quick. What does this look like? So corner. Oh man, no, this is the downtrend. I mean, honestly, it would be that, right? If I was to say that corner, right? It looks like we kind of did break it, and really more than anything, it's at 20. I mean, we are sitting at really important places on the weekly and on the daily, right? It's the 100 on the daily, the 20 on the weekly, and really it's the same number. So just breaking it does really important things. And look, just you can see it, right? We've been under this 8 for so long. We're now starting to go horizontal. We like closed over this one. I mean, it seems like the 8 wants to start going up and start being our going up support on the weekly versus this going down resistance on the weekly, right? So I mean, also look at this, right? I talk about volume being king, and look, I'm gonna zoom back, zoom back, zoom back. Oh, wow, you're lying. No shit. I thought it went wild over here. But look, volume went from down here all the way up here, right? And it's I love seeing volume increase. Obviously that row of red sucks, right? When no one's buying and just selling, volume can only do so much, but people are getting interested in MULN again, and you can see it. It started since here. It kept going down, unfortunately, but I mean, I'm liking all this. And again, this weekly volume wasn't something like this. It wasn't like a silly spike. I like that it's, it went down. Hopefully it starts going up, and that could look healthy. So again, we're still a couple minutes away. Let me just actually look at the hourly real quick. So look, I talk about this often, right? You can use these same moving averages in the hourly, in the minute, in the daily. I mean, honestly, you can use it on the monthly and yearly too, right? And clearly you see it right here. What happens, it's in, first let's just zoom back out, right? Bad things happen under the 8 moving average in the hour. Okay, you start to get over it, good things happen. Clearly, again, a higher resistance a higher moving average is going to be a resistance. And then, this got silly. And look, volume is king. You definitely needed the volume to do it. But once you can break over them, what are you going to do? You're going to fly until you hit the next one, right? So you can see how the same moving averages actually work. And this is actually the whole day. So this is the 25th. This is the first hour of the day going through it, right? So yeah, I mean, it's just been under all of them. And then once it broke the 8, especially once it broke the top of that cluster, there was nowhere for it to go but here. And right now, what is it trying to do? Just trying to keep going up, right? So just looking at the hourly, we've got a couple minutes left. Oh, interesting. That's not a good minute chart. I would expect this to be happening on the minute, not this. I think people are just kind of sitting and waiting to see what after hours does in a couple minutes. But look, what do I care about? I care about this. All right. Again, knock on wood, assuming silly things don't happen in the next couple seconds, we are closing over the 100. I love it. Are we closing over this? Not quite. Are we closing over this? Not quite. Are we closing over this? Ooh. What did this open at? This opened at 35 cents. Okay, again, I only see 2 decimals. So if you're looking on 4 decimals, find out what you know what? I have my phone here. Let me use an app real quick. Give me a second. So going to the daily on the 1-5 candle. Give me a second. Sorry. This one. Okay. It literally opened at 35.00. So I would love in the next few seconds for this to close over at literally 35.01. And we're at 34.90, kind of fighting with that in the last couple seconds. So that would be much appreciated. I don't think we're going to get there. Now we just closed at 34.85. Nonetheless, we closed over this. Let me draw a couple lines, okay? I am going to draw that one right there, and we're pretty much on that, and it actually hits that one too. So for sure that 35-cent line is important. Tomorrow, take me here, okay? Take me to 37 cents, and honestly, there's a real good reason it would just kind of go to 40 if that happens, right? What happens after 40? Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, that 40 is for sure huge because that's right there as well. And then there's basically a good gap up to here. Up to 47. Okay, interesting. Cool. So yeah, I would be targeting 37, 40, and 47. I think those are the next immediate numbers. I for sure don't want to go lower than that. Okay, 32 cents will put us under the 20 moving average. It will put us at roughly 50% of this. And look, we got to do at least better than half of the day, okay? Beat the half the candle. Obviously, go right here, right? If you fall here, which is in between the 20 and in between the 100, I'm not happy because I'm telling you, one last time is where we're going to end it. It's been all about the 100 on this stock. So over the 100, we're happy. Under it, look, all we're going to be doing is just in this cluster of 4 lines, okay? And then real quick, where is, the 200's up here, right? So monster things could happen if we really start escalating, right? Real quick, I'm just going to end it with flashing the NASDAQ, okay? NASDAQ, I thought would come to 1500 before it came down, okay? The last couple days have been interesting actually because we did a real nice break with real nice confirmation. But again, you see, we're actually kind of working our way down. We close up here, then we close up here, now we close up here, right? And we actually had to use the 8 to bounce back up, which is a little odd, right? So we're actually on our way down right here, okay? So NASDAQ's not quite favorable, which is weird because again, I really thought we would make our way to the 11.5 before we made our way back down, okay? But yeah, NASDAQ hopefully just keeps this, not horrible. I'll take a negative point 0.2, right? Because MULN can beat a negative point 0.2. If NASDAQ starts to drop a full percent or more, that's where you kind of have to get worried about MULN, right? Because honestly, MULN is king, but no one's better than the NASDAQ, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. But I'm telling you, I'm bullish going into tomorrow as long as MULN holds, as long as MULN holds and beats the 100 again. Oh, it looks like we're moving after hours upward. Nice. I only like to look at regular. Oh, it's not going to let me click here. But I like that little push up. Nonetheless, the 100 moving average one last time. Hey, I appreciate your time. I hope you're learning.